and Timmy from Scouting White, best roughies in the business. So Timo, $31 winner last week, mate. Not to mention $9.50 as well.
Yep.
We're on fire, the boys. That's a couple of big winners in a row. So let's see if we can keep the ball rolling this weekend. We're going to start with Sydney. We're going to go Sydney race 2, number 4, Heat Hayes.
Yeah, look, Aaron Bullock comes to town to ride this horse. He's had 5 starts for 2 wins. He's been on board on it for the 2 wins. Won very impressively at Taree last start. It's in the highway race. It's a good up-and-coming horse, and we're getting around $10, so happy to get on there.
Sounds good. All right, let's stay in Sydney. So we're going to go race 8, number 7, Dream Force.
This horse is first up. It's got a killer track record on a good track. It's had 14 starts for 11 top 3 finishes with 6 wins in there. It's very handy first up, and the wide barrier troubles me a bit, but we're getting around $11, so happy to get on there.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's head up to Doomben. So we've still got the Winter Carnival going on up there. Yep. We've had a bit of luck up there.
Yep.
Let's go start with Doomben, race 2, number 12, Ominessa.
Look, we're on this horse last start. We'll get on again. If anyone watched the race, it was stone motherless last. The jockey had to use it up from about the 800 to get to tack onto the field. It's got a better barrier here. Hopefully it settles in a better position, closer to the leaders, and it finished off pretty well. So happy to get on here at around the $14 mark.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, we've got a few in Doomben today, so let's go to Doomben race 3, number 2, Interlocker.
Yeah, I was going through the replays of all the races, and I watched this race. Pretty sure Damien Brown will never get on this horse again. It sat about 3-4 wide the whole trip. You could have shook hands with him when he came around the corner, and it's still battled on pretty gamely as well to finish 5th. So with a much better ride, it's got a better barrier here. I can certainly see it figuring in the place after that impressive run last start.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, still in Doomben, so we're going to go Doomben race 6, number 1, Fox Play.
Yeah, look, this horse just didn't quite measure up in the Sydney Carnival. It's got plenty of class, big grey thing. Gets in pretty well at the weights, set weights and penalties race. Carries 60 kilos here, but I can't see anything down in the bottom of the weights, troubling anything at the top of the weights, and it's around $14 as well, so it's pretty good value, and you should see it flashing late.
And you found one in Doomben race 7, number 3, Care to Think. You're going against English.
Yeah, going against English. Just because she won for us last start doesn't mean she's a good thing here. If you watch the race, English's race when it won at $17, if you look at this thing, it was last. Went via South Africa around the home turn and still finished off pretty well. If you swap the runs with it in English, I think this thing bolts in. It was first up there, and it's around the $9 mark, and it's got a better barrier here today, guys, and I can certainly see it settling a bit closer, and hopefully it bobs up for us.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, and last but not least, we're heading down to Melbourne, so you found one in Melbourne. Melbourne race 8, number 1, Palazzo Vecchio.
Yeah, this horse is a fair way into its prep now, but if you go back into its earlier form, the first 2 starts of its campaign were in group races. They run places. It's tapered off a bit, but it bobs up here in a benchmark 78. I really liked it last week, but they scratched it here. I like a stable that's patient. They found the right race for it. It's got a 3 kilo apprentice on, so it meets the favourite better at the weights. So it's only down to 57 kilos. And it's at a juicy $11, so happy to get on there.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, hopefully we can replicate our form over the last couple of weeks. We had a couple of big winners.
Yep.
And congratulations to our competition winner as well on the $100 tab voucher. And happy punting.
And game responsibly. Thanks, guys.